Hello and welcome to the Lost and Faded podcast, where we get faded and lost into whatever movie I'm feeling for the week. This week, Cat in the Hat, with me, Byron, and Megan.
Slay!
Okay. So
Long time no see, sorry.
Yeah, a little long time no see.
He said, little long time no see.
Always welcome back.
Slay. Thanks, Byron, for having me.
Of course. It's always a fun time with Megan. Hey, where's that synopsis?
All right, so Cat in the Hat was made in 2003. She's considered a family comedy. Synopsis. In the live-action film based on the favorite children's tale, the troublemaking Cat in the Hat, Mike Myers, arrives at the home of bored young Sally, Dakota Fanning, and her brother, Conrad, Spencer, Breslin, while their mother, Kelly, is out. The family pet's Fish objects to the cat's presence, and that doesn't stop the hat-wearing giant feline from trying to have fun, no matter how much destruction is left in his wake. Jesus Christ.
That was a paragraph.
Why? And I had to include the names because relevant. Decent cast. Decent fucking cast.
Pretty good cast.
Decent cast.
Dakota Fanning kills it. I forgot how good she was when she was
It's a child actor, bro.
Insane.
She ate. Not Alec Baldwin. Beans?
Beans was in there.
Mr. Stephen Lawrence?
Yeah.
Even Stevens?
Hopefully they get that reference.
Yeah. I don't know.
Michael Myers.
Incredible.
Amazing.
Growing up around that time and watching those movies and Austin Powers, and it was, he just ate all the characters.
He killed it every time. He kills it in this movie.
And I don't think I could have pictured a better person to play this, especially at that time. He just fit the bill.
That's the thing. This movie doesn't work if he's not in that role.
It has to be Mike Myers. It's like Jim Carrey being the Grinch.
They did this because of the Grinch.
And conspiracy.
Oh.
Dr. Seuss, his estate was left in his wife's hand. She gave all the stamps of approval, anything Dr. Seuss related. So when the Grinch went out without a hitch, bro, that shit made sales, past the box office. That shit ate. They were like Cat in the Hat. She's like, cool, do it. Does awful, does terrible. Everyone just talked mad shit about Cat in the Hat, how bad a movie it was. It's not. It's a classic, and that movie, it ate and left no crumbs. But Mrs. Seuss was like, nah, no more live action movies. You guys ruined it.
Yeah.
And that's why there has not been one since.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking the same thing. It did so bad, even though it's kind of ahead of its time.
Yes.
If this dropped now, it would make a lot of money.
Yep.
It would be memed out. Yep. There would be a lot of memes coming out. I'm surprised there aren't more Cat in the Hat memes. We need more Cat in the Hat memes.
And just simply not enough. It really, and the occasional, there's the tidbits, anything. But even then, not everybody gets that one. And it's the
amount of bits in this movie it's pretty good.
Too good.
So we start getting into the story.
Yes.
So first off, it shows the town. I love how colorful the town is. Just
everything.
Mm-hmm.
Everything.
And it's mostly solid colors.
Yes.
It's not too many blends of colors.
But it's the nice pops of pastel. They're just bright colors. Mm-hmm. And it's the businesses, the homes.
Everyone's a weirdo though. It's one of those movies where everyone's a weirdo.
Respectfully. They're all quirky. Mm-hmm. A bunch of corked up white people.
We go into the movie. So we go into the mom's workplace.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Humberflube.
Yeah. This dude just wants to fire people. That's all he wants to do. He's weird with germs. He doesn't like any germs. Yeah, he's germaphobe. And he fires the dude for shaking his hand. So I'm where's some gloves?
or like a PPE, like mask, like we ain't got that. Where's the N95? Back to me starting food. But like also not the delivery coming in the door being a bulk size hand sanitizer in a box, massive box. There's multiple. This man is that serious.
Yeah. Like, I don't, like, he's just a weirdo. And then he really likes screaming, "You're fired!
You're fired!"
Like, how do you work in a place like that?
And it seems that the town is popping. There has to be plenty of other businesses.
Yeah.
Like, maybe it's the only real estate place, but like, maybe
so.
that's not the calling.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that. Like, every day someone's getting fired. He's enjoying yelling at it. And he also is like, wants to go to your house to have people come in and talk about real estate options, I think.
And it's not like, and like, was it was it the business? Was she just having like
other businesses, or like,
was it just like her coworkers, like
I don't
people
think
she
it was
works with?
I feel like they were trying to get like customers or something.
But then also, why in your house? I mean, they're all like the same though. Low-key.
Yeah, the neighborhood has all the same houses.
So they're like, here's the layout of what could be your home, but this is mine. But also weird. Mm-hmm. But when she's in the office and the babysitter calls, she goes, "What do you mean you're leaving? You're a babysitter. Babysitters don't leave. They sit. Baby leavers leave."
So many good ones.
First line, for real.
It's
Out the gate, I was like, period.
So good.
Go off, Joan.
What was your next note?
When I brought up, "You're fired."
Yeah.
The businesses, the homes, the town, all cunty. And then we skip to Condor.
Oh my God.
In the house.
The most obnoxious kid.
Indoor stair luge.
This dude he's making every type of mess. He doesn't care. He's just dropping things on purpose.
The whole drawer, pulled out in the kitchen.
And he just dumps everything just to grab one thing.
Yeah.
Reminder that he knows his mom has like a big business thing later, and he's still just destroying shit.
The home, no regard.
So he can make some type of armor so he can slide down the stairs.
Indoor stair luge. And at one point he puts a loaf of bread in his pants and then takes out a couple pieces and shoves it in his mouth for a little mouth guard.
This boy. I said he should be grounded for a month. I was not having it. Because she grounded him for a week.
Yeah. And he goes, "Come on, 2 days."
I was like, bro, you just wrecked half the house.
And you used my side table. Or what did he use? No, he used the fucking sheet pan as the little board to slide to luge down.
That bread is done. You don't want that bread.
You gotta buy a whole new loaf. What the fuck? Again, not Alec Baldwin.
Oh, yeah. Of course he's the
Larry.
Deadass. Who wants to send him to military school. Which I'm just like, what's with that early 2000s? We're sending you to military school.
It's like a discipline, dude.
It must have been wild.
Which it probably still is very well happening to this day.
Probably.
But that's whack.
It's whack. You're not even. You guys aren't even married, and you're trying to send them away.
Also, have we tried therapy? A cheaper option, need I remind?
Maybe get him some friends. Get him outside.
Yeah, because at one point they talk about Sally's friends, but where are Conrad's friends?
I think it's because they don't even go outside. I don't think they go outside. They just be inside.
They said, "We inside."
Yeah, but also everyone has weird names other than Larry.
Lawrence. Joan. She's an old timey, but Conrad and Sally, I'm like, the fuck?
My notes are so sparse in this beginning.
I said, because it's just a lot of Sally's the good type A ass bitch that's like the role model of children, and then Conrad's a little shit fuck, and Joan's a single mother and she doesn't know how to balance it all with her real estate job and her home and her kids, and then there's fucking Larry, which like, girl, leave him at the door. But
I don't even know what she sees in him. His lies. We'll get to that later.
Phony.
Okay, and then so
Mrs. Conrad.
They get the babysitter. The mom
Mrs. Kwan.
Mrs. Kwan to come over and
live, laugh, love.
Immediately she falls asleep. Just like instantly.
Yep.
I wish I could sleep that easily.
But she had to watch the Taiwanese parliament.
I put that question mark.
Yes.
I was like, what the fuck is that?
She said, no, big government.
That's one of the jokes where I'm like, what? Who's that joke for? Like, I couldn't even imagine being
Taiwanese
a kid
people,
because even the.
But that's just one of the things that, like, you don't think of when you're below the age of 10. Like,
yeah, it just zone out from that. You don't even remember it. But it's in there.
Yep.
And then I'm like, why is Sally acting like she's grounded too? She's like sitting there with Conrad, just like bored out of their mind.
Yeah.
They're just looking outside. And I'm like, why is she acting bored?
Y'all ain't got nothing to do?
She had a to-do list. I don't know if she did everything on her to-do list.
She was checking it, but it's like, how did you do all of this? Also, it was like 9 a.m., 10 a.m.
True, you're right. I don't know.
It was like a whole day. The whole movie was a whole day.
The movie was...
That was a lot. We had a lot in a day.
That cat fucked shit up.
That's what I need in my life right now. I need Cat in the Hat. Yeah. A monster? Where?
So they go upstairs.
After hearing the noise.
And they look in a closet. Conrad scares Sally. And then the cat just appears behind them.
A monster? Where?
You doing it a second time?
And then they run screaming, and then little montage of like, they're here. He's right there. They're there. Yeah. Then he's there too.
He just appears places.
He said, and scream and run. When they run to the bed.
And then, how do they get to the mom's picture? Because I want to talk about it.
All right, so what had happened was they make their way downstairs. And then that's when... Okay, no, we got to backtrack. Because then he wants to explain to them what's happening. And then at one point, me line, key line, turpentine. That one just stuck out to me a lot.
I don't remember that one. I'm sorry.
All right, fair. But then the next, when a mommy cat and a daddy cat love each other very much.
You're just saying the lines. What?
Because these Byron. Okay, his execution, I guess, is just what sells me on it, because it's just.
So
it's a lot of that.
He ends up talking them into like him being around, and then he goes to like their mom's picture, and it extends. I was like...
Not the full body, in one...
I was like, why does that picture extend of the mom?
But I don't know if you noticed, he turned around and he put that in his little cat. He kept it.
He kept it.
Picture of the
mom. Up.
Yep.
That cat, he's a weirdo. Yep. He's a weirdo. He breaks reality.
Yeah.
He just... Stuff's just happening. It's even before the crate comes into play.
Yeah.
He makes the fish come alive.
And like... Also, my question, even after the cat left, because, I mean, to jump, at the end scene, the fish is still sentient and talking, and it's like, okay, but the cat is gone, so why is he... What had happened?
I don't know. He just breaks reality and then leaves. He doesn't give a fuck.
Could you imagine that?
Just walking around, breaking into people's houses, just they having the funnest day ever inside, just wrecking shit. knowing in the end that you can just clean it up.
Yeah.
And you're just breaking reality, making things come to life, and you leave. And it's
At the end of the day, you're like,
the couches was left the same too.
that's what I mean.
He just leaves stuff like that. He cleans up most of the mess and he just breaks reality.
When he moves Mrs. Kwan from the couch, he puts a little hanger on her to hang her in the closet, and he goes, "You pay this woman to sit on babies? That's disgusting. I do it for nothing."
He's killing his one-liners, his bits. The way he moves with the... it was every time he moved, he was like, I'm just going to move
And it's
insane.
like, literally, and he kept smacking them with his fucking tail, dude. Launch.
I love that he was having the best time
Yep.
ever.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see the script for this movie, see how much he added to it.
So bad. So bad.
Then he pulls out, what's that machine called?
The cupcake-inator. No.
No, I think it's like the funometer.
The funometer.
Funometer. And he has like these different sections for what the kids are. He puts it on Sally.
Serial arson.
This is serial arson. I was like, damn, he's with some fucked up kids.
And then it goes to Conrad and it's bedwetter. And then he goes,
God's like, it's not gonna change.
Nope. He said, you can tap it all you want. It's not gonna change. Oh no.
And I put the other features, Sally, which was a control freak, and there's a rule breaker, and then just right. Mm-hmm. And I like that it changed between serial arsonist and bedwetter.
Which again, breaking reality. He said, I can do what I want with my funometer.
I put this is a kid's with ADHD's favorite movie. No, because the amount of just random stuff happens. And it's just bit after bit after bit. It's just him doing different accents, just running around. He pulls out a contract with lawyers.
He goes, magical time traveling elves. All right, the lawyers.
He's like, sign here, here, here.
Initial here. Not here.
I was like,
So it's just a Conrad too, dude.
he just has stuff in there that's just to fuck with them. Oh my god. I'm like, what? I thought, what is his purpose?
For them to have fun, Byron. Because that's his whole musical that he gets into and why they had to let him stay and then they got to the contract. Mm-hmm. But also, on the contract, his little spay and neuter certificate was just on there. And he's like, that wasn't meant to be in there. He held it up there for a minute too and then put it away. I was like, cat. They took my fucking eyes.
This movie. And then he goes and messes with the fucking couch. And he's fighting an elephant inside the couch.
Take a look under the hood. Dude, his name was Simba, too. I'm like, why did we name the elephant Simba?
I can't deal with this movie. Just the image of him halfway in the couch, fighting, punching this trunk.
I'm still not over how you said this is a kid with ADHD's favorite movie.
Honestly, because what? He goes from fixing the couch so they can jump on it. And then...
Lawrence comes in.
No, before Lawrence comes in, the fish is like freaking out because this is all the fish does in the entire movie. He just freaks out and complains. No one listens.
He's looking out for everyone's safety, all right? Yeah. If a big, hairy, 6-foot cat came into your home, Byron, and Boots came back to life and he was like, I don't know about this one, Busty.
I would listen to Boots.
T. I don't think I listen to River.
Damn.
Big Cat, whatever you want to do. Let's go.
And so Cat knocks the fish into the toilet. He says, "This is where my brother is buried."
That's so fucked up. At one point, too, when they first realized the fish could talk, Cat goes, "The fish is talking." Well, sure, he can talk, but is he saying anything?
As he's continually to complain.
Literally freaking the fuck out.
All right, next, the cooking show bit.
The cupcake-a-night.
It's just so ridiculous. Him the entire time he's like, the main chef one is like, thinking about like saying threatening shit to the host.
Yep.
He said, "I'll get you and I'll make it look like a bloody accident."
And then throughout this entire thing of panning to Sally Conrad and Kat in the seats and the chef and the fucking host, Kat is moving seats the entire time in these little stadium seats. He just keeps fucking hopping around.
My favorite was when he's like putting stuff in the ingredients. He puts the fire extinguisher in and it just pans to them and they're just like questioning.
Just silent. They said crickets.
And he cuts his tail.
Your tail.
And he brings the lawyers back.
Yep. Son of a bee.
He's like, "We'll get some type of money from this."
He goes, "Look, I'm not saying we're going to sue, but I'm saying that there's a case."
And then, of course, after that cooking bit, or after the lawyer bit, the stove explodes with
purple goop, and
from
it just
the
gets
cupcakes
everywhere, all throughout the home. And Kat goes to the fucking closet and picks up fucking Joan's dress that she was gonna wear that night, and he holds it up to him and he goes, "Look, I'm a girl." And then proceeds, literally within a second, turns around and starts wiping the wall with the mom's dress. And Sally and Conrad are freaking the fuck out. She goes, "She was going to wear that tonight and you ruined it." He goes, "Honey, it was ruined when she bought it." Yeah.
He's so good with every accent, every just character.
And he's just a fucking cat this whole time, but it's...
Michael Myers kills it with how he can
versatile.
just portray like different people and personalities. Like, oh my god. Okay, and then so there was
the things.
Yeah, the things.
The things. Mm-hmm. The things.
Because the kids asked for something to help with cleaning, which Kat knows that the things aren't going to help with cleaning.
No. And like this motherfucker also just plots on their downfall because knowing damn well that they don't listen to what you say, you have to tell them to do the opposite for them to do it. And then he just does not tell them until like all chaos ensues. But when he's introducing the things, thing 1 and thing 2, he goes, but thing 2 doesn't always need to be thing 2. He can be thing A, super thing king, King Dynamite, Chocolate Thunder.
Chocolate Thunder.
Or Ben.
I can't with the things. Their makeup is wild.
It's like Uncanny Valley. Like,
it's
I don't know what it is when it comes to like Mike Myers and his little cat suit. It just...
It's fine. You get used to it.
Yeah, but the things...
No, you can't get used to that. The CGI is kind of rough in this one. Well, it's early 2000s. I get that.
I will say it was decent for its time.
Mm-hmm. So thing 1 and thing 2 just start wrecking the house.
Yep.
Which I was watching and Cat's just dancing.
Yep.
While they're he did a little like
montage of like the fucking where they're all running throughout. Yes, and then he's just right in the middle, doing flips and shit.
The kids are freaking out. Why do they have giant nets? They just pull giant nets
out of the closet.
I'm like, what are those for?
Who has? I don't even own a net. I don't think. No.
All right, and then so the house is ruined, and then Larry comes in, and then
Larry.
he's just like he looks disgusting. And then did he come in after the things, or was that a little bit before this?
That was a little bit before it. That's when he came in after they were fucking with the couch. And he looked a damn mess. And he came in, he stole beer. He made a sandwich. He stole their loaf of bread and then like grabbed more drinks or some fuck.
Yeah.
And then the cat was scratching himself and getting fur everywhere.
I'm allergic. And he runs out. Well, I'm just like, during that moment, I was like, why is he grabbing this shit?
Also, why would Sally, being like trusted enough by her mother, not tell her like, hey, Larry just came in the house and like stole food and
literally
your alcoholic beverages?
Aren't you supposed to be at a meeting, sir?
I'd be literally, Mom.
And so let's see, where were you after the thing in 1 and 2 dancing? Well,
At one point, the things rode Mrs. Kwan down the stairs.
I remember that. That was...
And her fucking head kept hitting the bumps as she went down.
Dude, they just do
Slept through the whole thing.
She sleeps through the whole thing, doesn't remember anything.
And the mother of all messes is when they introduced the box.
Oh, yeah, the crate. Which, the lock is so important, but it's so easy to lockpick. Like, he barely tried to lockpick and just opened.
Yep.
Well, also, Kat knew he was going to do that.
He was setting him up, yes.
Dude,
but
Kat...
also, girl.
Why would you bring this box of just, like, your entrance to your world where you know it's going to fuck shit up in the house, and you're still going to bring in just for, I think he brought out thing 1 and 2 and from there?
I think so, yes.
Yeah. Cat's
but then
wild.
it was like small size, and then he could have just shrunk it back up, no?
Kept
it on his
right.
person.
See, we're calling him out. He's lying the entire time.
Yep. Bullshit. He did pretty much the whole time. I guess it's just more or less, but like, it's when you think about it, Byron, he was just trying to teach them a lesson the whole time.
I know. That's
so
his whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to manipulate you to teach you a lesson, which is still toxic.
Toxic as fuck. Man comes into your house, he breaks all your shit, he gaslights you and manipulates you, makes you learn a lesson. I would say that's kind of traumatic. No?
And he's like, I was having fun the entire time.
You guys were stressing for a minute, but
not me.
I had fun.
What's the dog's name?
Nevins.
So the lock gets on Nevins, and then thing 1 and 2 they just launch him
out
trying to play catch, and he gets out. So now they have to leave the house to get him, and that's what we see. Larry is like sitting in his like dirty home,
disgusting,
with just a TV. He like takes his teeth out,
full set of dentures up top.
He takes off his
girdle.
Yeah,
wife beater belly out.
Watching TV and then some repo guys come in and take the TV. He's like, not my TV.
Not my TV.
I paid some bills and he has expired cards and shit.
Like, get a job. And that's why he was trying to mooch off Jones so he didn't have to.
Mm-hmm. So he's been doing that. I'm like, so he really wanted to like move in just so he didn't have to do anything.
All of the men in this movie are toxic.
And then so he sees that the dog ran out. And he's like, I'm going to go get the dog. And
that's when Sally Conrad and Kat are all trying to get it. Mm-hmm. And they see that Larry got the fucking dog. And they're like,
wait, did he get? Wait, they go.
We had that whole.
There's a whole birthday party scene where Nevins gets into her friend's yard. And
before that, though, wow, we're getting all over the place. This gummy's hitting. They're creeping around, trying to sneak up on Nevins. Cat's playing his whiskers like a little harp. Boop, boop, boop. And shit happens, goes over the fence. Nevins runs. Cat picks up a hoe, a garden hoe. You dirty hoe. I'm sorry, baby. I love you. And then he tries to make out with it. And they're like, ah! And then he has to go, skirt. And then that's when they get to Denise's fucking yard.
Yeah.
And then Sally sees that they had a birthday and she wasn't invited.
We'll get on that. I'll talk about that. But the fact that they let that joke in, out of all the jokes, they let that one slide is wild in a kid's movie.
There was probably worse ones when you think about it, and they probably had to cut them.
They're like, we'll let the hoe joke in. The kids won't know. They'd be like, that's just a hoe.
Yeah.
I knew as a kid.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like, not a dirty hoe.
And then, so she said she wasn't invited to that party. But when we first see her talking to her mom, she was talking shit about all her friends.
Because she needed to be the lead and they wouldn't let her. And she was like, well, then fuck that. I'm not hanging out with y'all.
I'm just like, why are you mad that you're not invited?
Yeah.
Like, what's your deal?
You did it to yourself, Sally.
Make up your mind, Sally.
Bitch.
That's crazy. That's wild.
At this point, I can say it, Byron. Where we're at in this movie. It's like, woe is me. You burn those bridges.
And then the kids are
Rebuild
coming
them.
outside, and then they try to hide. And then Cat does the stupidest thing ever. He pretends to be a piñata.
Which, how the fuck did they find a life-size cat piñata that would easily mimic Cat?
He's just hanging there.
No questions.
And then, of course, Beans comes out.
They start beating the fuck out of him with a bat, and then...
If Beans hits him in the nuts, and it flashes to, like, a dream sequence of him in, like, a little, like, dress, and he's swinging. I don't know what song's playing.
Easy like Sunday morning.
It's literally just, like, 3 seconds.
It's a childlike, literal, like, dream sequence.
It flashes back to him in pain. And he's
Screaming.
And all the kids are like, what the fuck?
And then the minute they throw the candy, like, no more questions asked. Because, like, Sally and Conrad were on that, and we're like, fuck, we gotta distract and then get the cat down. But, like, they're, oh shit, candy! Which, fucking saltwater taffy.
Shake my head.
Shut the fuck up. Where are the Reese's Pieces at?
Cat's trying to hit the kid.
The baseball bat. He's trying to hit Beans.
Dude, this dude's unhinged.
Dude.
If they weren't there, he would have hit him.
Yeah, that kid would have got whacked. And then they all would have seen this 6-foot tall cat in their presence and been like...
And then so Nevins runs again. And then they're like hiding in a bush, spying on him. And then that's when Larry comes and grabs them and leaves. And
then at one point too, Joan calls the house and Mrs. Kwan gets up from the crate that she was on to keep it down. And she walks over to where, like, the kids would be, and it's Thing 1 and Thing 2 dressed as fucking Conrad and Sally. The children are angels.
These bits are so hilarious. Dude. Okay, and then so they're like, we have to go after Larry. And then Cat just brings his car or whatever.
Out of a garage.
Out of a random garage.
Because it wasn't their home.
Imagine you're at your house and you just hear your garage open. There's a cat bringing out a random car.
And it was like a Hummer at first, but it was just a car cover. And then he whips it off and it's this fucking futuristic sci-fi ass motherfucking spaceship on wheels.
Sure, Cat. And so they're driving after him.
The car's name is Slow. And they had another car that was named Shit, the acronyms for the vehicles.
Really?
Because then there was that whole bit, and Sally, he said the whole name of it, and Sally was like, Slow? The car's name is Slow?
And so they're driving after Larry, and Cat passes the steering wheel to Conrad. To like Conrad, a 12-year-old drive.
The little voice inside of me is saying, this is a bad idea. But I can barely hear that little voice because an even louder little voice is screaming, let the 12-year-old drive.
And Sally's complaining. So Cat pulls out a steering wheel for her. And then he pulls out one for himself. And it just ruins the whole thing.
They're all driving.
They were all driving. They're just going crazy.
Whipping it.
He just loves the chaos.
Yep.
He's living his life, like his best life.
Could you imagine just going to different dimensions and just fucking somebody's day up?
He's ridiculous. He's something. That's his life.
Wow.
I want to know why the contract was so big. He's went through a lot. And so they're following Larry, and then they get into a car crash.
In town.
Yeah, and
in
no
the
one
middle
notices.
Of downtown.
I'm just like, okay,
Dude.
He's just breaking reality, just crashing shit. No one even notices him. He's a giant cat.
At one point of them zooming down the street too, it literally stops, or like the semi truck that they were almost fucking ran into after, like before the crash. He goes, "Hey, a Rhode Island license plate. You never see those."
I can't. And so now they're trying to come up with a plan to get the dog back.
Because they see Larry approaching Joan's work.
Mm-hmm. And then Cat had for his plan B, ditch the kid and cut losses. And I'm like, he should have done that.
Bro. Also, and then they were like, well, why don't we try plan C? And he's like, I don't know. Plan B kind of sounds good. And they're like, Cat.
And so
he dresses up in a disguise to get Larry. Stop. And he dresses up as like your typical hippie, what you can think of in your brain. Out the gate. Hella piercings. Like, what? Dude, Cat Minute Loki ate. But
sure. Yeah.
He's, can you sign my petition to Larry? And he says, get away from me, you hippie freak. Or get out of my way, you hippie freak. It was for a flatulating, acid-spitting Zimzooru. Zimzooru?
Yeah. Some random, probably from his universe.
Yeah.
And so, like, Larry hands him the dog, and he's like, I'll hold your canine American.
He said, you have to sign my petition with the large, oversized pen that requires 2 hands. And I don't know if you've noticed either, but it literally said that on the pen itself. That was its label. Oversized pen that requires 2 hands.
I can't. And so he dips with the dog.
How much is that canine American in the window?
And then they find this secret nightclub interest with, like, a bunch of people dressed up like Cat's hat.
Paris Hilton cameo.
Yeah, just, I put Paris Hilton, question mark, what the fuck? I guess.
And Cat, didn't his hat grow when he saw that too?
Yeah. And so he drops his hat, picks it up, or like picks up a different one, quotation marks. We'll get on that.
Yep. Without his hat, he's a garden variety, 6 foot tall talking cat.
Mm-hmm. And so Larry's still chasing them through the thing. They get out through the other side, and they hide. And Larry's like trying to get their mom to come back. And Cat's like, oh no, my hat. I can't do anything without my hat. I'm just a regular cat.
Yep.
That's a lie.
Nothing I can do.
That's a lie.
So then so Conrad is like, shit, we got the things. Things don't come and pick us up and stop our mom from getting home. So they fucking come. They steal Larry's car. The things fucking they let Conrad drive also.
Yeah.
And Kat and Sally are just chilling. But then the things become police officers.
They do this stupid ass bit.
Pull Joan over.
And they one of them is just choking on her registration so that they can go get her.
That's funny as fuck.
I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, it's working though.
And because Joan's serious, she's like, oh my God, like I really need to go. Like, can I have my paperwork back? And
can
like,
you stop choking?
all while fucking Alec Baldwin, Larry, steals the police car or the police motorcycle that the thing stole, and he drives off to try to get to the house before them so he can show Joan all the shits. And Joan's still in the fucking car. The thing's like, still pull her over.
Yeah, and so they make it back to the house. Oh, wait, does he get to the house first? Or do they do?
I think it's like neck and neck, almost like around the same time, but then he falls backwards, and then that's when they realize the house is fucked.
Yeah, the crate made it into this trippy ass, like...
The mother of all messes.
Yeah, amusement park mess, weird stuff. And then...
Dr. Seuss shit.
They go and take Mrs. Kwan, they're riding down her.
He goes, please keep your hands and feet in the Kwan at all times.
This crate is insane. I like how, he has control of it because it doesn't go outside the house. It just stays in the house. So he, like, knows the damage it'll do. And, like, it's just insane still. Like, he does not care.
But then, like, too, can it exceed past the house? Can the universes meld together, Like, can shit get that fucked out of hand?
I don't know. Well, he has it all planned out, so he might just get to it.
He's very in control, Very in control.
And so they find the crate, and so they try and close it. While Cat is just sitting there. He's not even helping them close it. And so Sally's getting sucked up into like the ceiling.
Conrad's trying to hold on to her at the same fucking time.
And then he lets her go, and then he closes it, and then the house is just destroyed. It's done. She's
just the bones of the home, structurally. It's not sound. Uninhabitable, if you will.
And then so they get mad at Cat, yell at him, and he leaves. And then they're sad, and then they kind of learn a lesson that, like, they need to, like... Well, Conrad learned the lesson that he shouldn't be making huge messes while trying to have fun. Yeah. It's somewhat of a lesson. And so Kat's like, hey, you learned your lesson, so now we'll fix everything. Ha-ha.
Because he said, like, contractually, if Conrad opened the crate, it's null and voided. Like, Kat can't clean the shit. That's on y'all. Bye. But then if they could come together and figure it out and, like... be brother and sisters.
Yeah.
The Cat was like, shit, then I can help him out. I can fix my mess.
And then he talks about how he had everything planned out, but cutting his tail off.
Yep. Nope. I was like...
I put Cat as toxic. He's just too toxic.
He's a menace, dude.
He's the worst.
And then... fucking shit gets all cleaned. And at one point, too, when the drapes are going and, like, they're hanging them back up, he goes, these drapes are so out there. In! And everything's fixed. They're saying their goodbyes, their dues. The love yous, Cat, don't leave. Oh, my God. Everything's fixed. They do the funometer again.
Yeah, and they're all just right
just
now.
Right. Yep.
I guess.
And then... Cat walks out, Joan walks in. They're like, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. And then Larry comes in a fucking mess.
Covered in purple goo.
Purple boogers, dude. Like, bad.
And he's just sounding crazy because he's like, the house is all crazy and I fell down the cliff.
There was a giant talking cat?
That's it. That's the end of his life. He's probably going to be homeless after that.
Yeah.
Bye, Larry. And so she kicks him out, and they like cheer. The kids cheer for it.
Yep.
And I'm like, all right.
Me.
Not them cheering. And
Fuck you, Larry.
Just had to break up with her boyfriend she like actually liked. Well, I know he was wild. She didn't know he was wild.
I don't know if Joan really even did like him.
Maybe she didn't. I don't know. She was gonna send Conrad to military school because he was suggesting it.
I feel like she was more or less teetering that edge of not wanting to, but like...
She was going to at some point. She was like really thinking about
Well, Conrad was coming at her sideways too. I'm like, damn, bro.
And then so the realtor people come and they're having a good time. The cupcakes are on fire.
The party was a hit.
Yeah, the boss was like, everyone loves the cupcakes. I was like, she put lean in the cupcakes.
There's 85% lean in here.
Those cupcakes, they were purple as fuck.
They're coating crazy, Byron. Also, and then like pans out of the house. Cat's the narrator the whole fucking time. Mm-hmm. The whole time.
Yeah, of course he is. He planned everything. Yep. He's something else.
A menace.
He still has a mom's picture too, I bet.
Making his little top hat go erect.
Oh.
Because like why? Also like another innuendo that I feel like the kids are just like, and the parents.
Yeah, true.
Are you sure?
What would you rate this movie?
100 million out of 10.
We're doing 5 stars.
100 million out of 5 stars.
Damn it!
I'm biased.
No, because I have to put that graphic down. It has to be like 100 million. Whatever. It's gonna be there.
Really quick before we end this.
Oh, I didn't even get to do my rating. Do your thing. I'm not.
I mean, because it was still pertaining because the names that cat would give Conrad.
Oh yeah.
Convex, Condor, Klondike, Kojak, Concrete, Cromwell. He goes, Susie, Cromwell.
He knew their names too. That's the most fucked up thing.
And he wouldn't fuck up Sally's majority of the time either.
No, that's how you know. He was just messing.
Dickhead. Mm-hmm. But anyways, your rating?
I'll give it like a 3.5. But if I was a kid, it would be like a 5, honestly.
5. Okay.
But it was still a fun time. There's nothing wrong with 3.5.
Grew up with it.
It was a good movie. Yeah.
I love it.
The critics definitely went a little too hard on this movie. They were hating.
Fuck the critics, man.
They were like, this isn't the Grinch. What are we doing?
And like, if it's apples to oranges, I get it's Dr. Seuss, man, but it's like entirely two different, especially like comparing Jim Carrey's work and Mike Myers' work at the same time.
They're like, two different stories too.
Exactly. The Grinch is just a me, you know, and like, oh, I'll get a heart. But like, Cat is just a fucking jack of all trades, man. Wow.
He's just doing a bunch of bits.
And it was just, it ate.
He was killing it. All right. Well, that was the Lost and Faded podcast. Thank you for joining us. Hey. Okay.